Here, let's see what happens to my playtime this time. Probably not as big of an increase. Dang! No! Dang, I hit the wrong button. I hit B. I'll save before the next map anyway. We'll find out what happens to the playtime here shortly. Roy vowed to protect Lilina. Burn coming full force, however. Roy's army is no equal. The reason why I get mixed up is because I'm playing on like an Xbox controller and I'm used to like having Nintendo buttons in the back of my mind. So this being A and this being B. But the way that I had to map it out for it to work on the tiny little Game Boy Advance gamepad down there is like, I had to have ABA and BBB and it's like screwing me up here sometimes. Roy's army is no equal. Therefore, he decides to try and obtain a legendary weapon. He thinks it best to obtain it before Burn manages to get their hands on it. Lilina shows them to a cave on the outskirts of Ostia. You'd think this would have been discussed at the end of the last chapter, where a legendary weapon is hidden. What is this music? The cave, located at the foot of a volcano, will be no small obstacle for Roy, my god. Okay, so here's our first guidance chapter. We're just going right into it, and very out of nowhere. I want a legendary weapon, so I'm going to get it. I guess it was kind of led into with, like, Hector mentioning some stuff, right? Out. I don't need to steal anything, do I? Here, let's check map. Fun fact, there are more people who live in the state of Indiana than in the entire province of Alberta. Yeah, I believe it. I'm pretty sure Canada in general has a much lower population compared to, like, area to a lot of places. Like, I'm pretty sure, for example, Germany has a higher population than Canada. And Germany is smaller than Alberta. I think also Tokyo City has, does that have a bigger population than Canada, or just, like, a comparable population? Definitely way more than Alberta. Just Tokyo population, not even Japan population, but just Tokyo population. Why do I have caps lock on? 14.18 million. Okay, so that's basically, like, a little bit under half of Canada's population. And that's one city. I don't know if that counts, like, the suburbs or something like that. Or if that's just, like, city main or something like that. Yeah, very much depends on what you're counting, but still, like... What is the Alberta population in general, anyway? Alberta population. I actually don't know off the top of my head. As of Q4 2024, Alberta's population was estimated to be 4.9 million. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah, we are bigger than a lot of countries, our province alone. And, like, our country as a whole is a lot lower population than a lot of countries. So yeah. If you're counting the city alone, then around 15. If the metropolis, then it's around 40 million. And I believe that's more than the population of Canada. I think the population of Canada is, like, 30 million, but I also haven't looked it up in, like, forever. Is Alberta big? It's bigger than Germany. It's pretty decently sized here, I'd say. I can pull up a thingamabob. Let's see here. Google Maps. I don't know what else we're bigger than off the top of my head, but I know that we're bigger than, like, Germany as a reference point there. So yeah, here we are, Alberta. So we're pretty decently sized. Yeah, so when you compare that to, like, you know, a lot of the European countries over here that, you know, you think are pretty decently big, and then, yeah, Canadian provinces. We're pretty big here. I mean, most of the Canadian population is kind of along, like, the southern border around here because people don't really want to be living, like, in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere, freezing cold and stuff like that. So there's a lot of population down here in terms of Canada. You know, not as much stuff going on up here or even, like, the northern parts of the provinces. Like, down here is where things are bustling. Especially areas like this where everyone wants to live, where things are really nice. But here, central Alberta, we're just kind of big chilling, as we are. Less chilling now in terms of, like, cold chilling. Things are getting really melty. It's been so warm. It was, like, 10 degrees outside earlier today. Or was it today? Yesterday, whatever the heck. Things are melting like crazy. I do wonder if we're gonna get, like, another snowfall before next winter. Or if, like, things are just melting now. Because it was really cold for a lot of February. Usually the third week of February is when things are really cold here. And then they start to warm up. And it's been getting warm here. Like, as somebody who uses Fahrenheit, when Harmonia says it's a warm 10 degrees outside. Yeah, sorry, not speaking of freedom units here. But, like, it's been warm enough outside that, like, I've been working on my fuel tank semi-recently here with my dad. And like, from time to time, we'll open the garage door to, like, let out some paint fumes and stuff that we're using. And, like, briefly walking outside, it's been warmer outside than it's been in the garage, and I've just been like, wow, this is great, the sunshine's so warm, I would gladly just take, like, a walk in my t-shirt here. One of the last days that Riley was here when I was dog sitting, I went for a walk, like, with this jacket on, just because I like having, like, a jacket or a hoodie on, and I started overheating, and I very much regretted taking my jacket with me. Like, it was really quite warm. But yeah, let's see here. I think I missed some stuff here about Creditware's too. They've done a lot on their island. For real, love it. The food is amazing. And Japan in the latter half of the 20th century really uses resources well. Oh, absolutely. Like, the story of, like, post-World War II Japan, how they just, like, rose to such, like, a global influence kind of, like, superpower that they have today. Like, it's honestly really amazing. I know Canada is so cold that I only have a big heavy jacket and 10 blankets during the cold period. Yeah, just come and visit here during Janland and like that Guzma nerd here. Now it kind of lacks investments, and the thing everybody's concerned about are tax walls and elderly right now. Yeah, I've definitely heard about like population issues in Japan. I've heard about that in Korea as well for another place. It's fine, El Mayo. I've hung out with C users long enough to have a rough idea. C users. Henning, huh? It's just I still C/here. It is Fahrenheit first. I have to catch myself, so I always get a funny initial reaction. Yeah, I'd imagine 10 Fahrenheit is really cold here. Japan's situation is terrible, but South Korea, I believe, is even worse. Yeah, I've heard that South Korea's got to be, like, one of, like, the worst situations when it comes to, like, population. Hold on. Is there stuff I can yoink in this map? There's a door key I can get off that guy. I don't really need a door key. It's just the one door key guy, I'm pretty sure. Is what it looks like here. Yeah, and that's this guy here. Meh, who cares? Why does he even have one? There's no doors on this map. It's just a zigzaggy route and then a boss. Is all it seems like this is. In terms of my inventory, was there crap I needed to sort out? I can go ahead and give you... I've only got one more fire here. I should have stocked up on more fires. Holy crap. Here, take another thunder, I guess. Yeah, I should have actually bought more fires. Oops. I have so many of things like lances, and I... Oh, well. Yeah, you've got your couple fires now and stuff. I'll go ahead and give you another iron bow like that, so you have an extra one spare. I don't think I'm gonna need Merlinus this map. I don't think I'll be collecting anything this map. So as long as I don't break, like, my current stuff. Alan, you're gonna want to work on axes more that you have, now that you have access to those. I'm gonna want to have a javelin just in case. Emergencies. You're not gonna be using sword all that much. Go ahead and use axe and stuff. There we go. 41 axe. Sure. Sounds good to me. Oh, you can go ahead and get rid of this stuff. Get that out of here. Thank you. Okay, and then, what's his face? Did he have some crap? Astolfo? I guess I can put some of this stuff away. That's what I can do. You guys can hold on to that. Here, you can go ahead and put your stuff away. I'm gonna get, like, pretty close to capacity here. Maybe I should actually start using my stat boosters and stuff. Yeah, you're holding on to a bunch of vulneraries and stuff for me. Alright, who the heck am I taking here? But yeah, let's see here. Seems like most of the world is going through hard times right now. Yep, for sure. Except Norway. I hear they're killing it right now. I believe it. Pick units. Those that I actually want to, like, put levels and stuff into, I'll for sure take. Yeah, do that. And then just, like, a bunch of my stronger ones or something like that. And then, like, maybe one stronger one. I mean, Alan is a stronger one, too. But, like, a stronger one that I plan on using a bit more. Rutger, and then I could, like, build up his support with Claire. But he's gonna wreck things too hard. Like, Marcus might wreck guys just enough that he whittles them down. But, like, Lance can also, has, like, more potential long-term. And I build up his weapon levels and stuff there if I bring him. So maybe I do Lance, is what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking that makes sense, honestly. If Claren gets attacked, she won't be able to heal, so maybe I should really quickly... I'm not gonna need mend, right? Here, give me one of these things. Just in case. Because, yeah, I'm only bringing the one healer this time. And then, yeah, this is gonna be my excuse to, like, build up experience on a whole bunch of these assholes. Nope, not what I wanted to do, actually. I would love to... Actually, no, not save yet. Let's go ahead and check the map and rearrange, and then save. Wait, so what's this way? That was a dead end of just, like, guys to deal with. I'm not really gonna care about turn count or anything. So yeah, just zigzag, make it to the boss. Is there gonna be reinforcements this map? Let's look at the thingamabob. Chapter 8X Blazing Sword. Anything I need to be aware of? It doesn't have a reinforcements tab. Yeah, just terrain and stuff. There's probably not gonna be reinforcements then, right? Probably. I didn't take the time to read through the whole page, but, like, probably not. So, yeah, I'm gonna want some guys that can deal with stuff over here. That's what I'm gonna want. Here, do a little smidge of this. Or something or other, I don't know. You know what, this looks fine. I don't care about turn count or anything. So, I mean... Sure. Alright, 46 hours, 15 minutes I'm at here. Oh, man. Yeah, let's do it. Chapter 8X, The Blazing Blade. Hey, it's the name of the last game that I played around here. That wasn't Conquest. But boss, an army's in the cave. What? How many of them are there? Dunno, boss. Not too many, I hope. It's strange, though. The lords of Lycia have bigger fish to fry than bandits like us. Well, what do we do? I don't expect they know much about this cave. Just lure them out onto the lava geysers and get rid of them. Geysers, whatever the heck. Roy, this way. The legendary weapon is on the other side of this flaming crevice. Lelina, are you alright? Have you already come to terms with everything? Well, maybe not just yet, but I can't afford to be in sorrow. Ostia needs me to protect it, just as it needed my father before me, so I'm gonna need to really level you up. I'm just glad you're alright, Lelina. Only because you're with me, Roy. What? You gonna drop a tier 3 sub on me next? Did you just say something? Subscribe to my OnlyFans? No, nothing. Let me tell you what I know about the weapon. The sword here was once used by Roland himself, one of the 8 legends. Roland, the first Marquis of Ostia? Exactly. He's my ancestor. This sword is called Durandal, the Blazing Blade. Durandal. The name has a strange echo to it. Did your father never tell you about it, Roy? So Roland used Durandal to fight the dragons during the Scouring? That's how the legend goes. They also say that after the war ended, Roland returned to his home of Ostia. He raised Durandal high above his head, and the earth, scorched by the flames of war, suddenly blossomed with life again. I'm not going to be using Durandal for so long because, you know, weapon durability and stuff like that. It's a legendary blade! It'll break after you use it like 25 or something times. Slash people 25 times. It's gone. Wow, that sword has quite the story to it. Just save it for like the really tough chapters later, so I guess I'll get it this chapter, but I'm not using it for a while. It's a weapon that can defeat dragons, so it must have some exceptional powers. Durability is not one of them. Oh yes, I heard that a group of bandits has made its base here. Will the sword be alright? Might the bandits have taken Durandal? Oh no, don't worry yourself about that. Only descendants of Roland know how to remove Durandal from its sheath. That's reassuring. But if, like, remove it from its sheath, that means they can still take it with, like, sheath in hand. All that's left then is to rid this cave of the bandits and take Durandal. Alright, let's see here. Hope that the National Diet of Japan can figure stuff out when it comes to what it wants to do next, because it kind of prolongs the social issues and doesn't do much with it. I guess the 103 end wall, literally translated, is part of the problem? I don't know, I guess program here, but still kind of a small cure for a much bigger problem. I'm not sure it's even going to work out. I'm not entirely sure what this is. I'm not enough in the loop about that. Heard the Nordic countries are doing well even with Denmark getting threatened by Trump, who hasn't Trump threatened. Yeah, Putin, I believe. Oh, of course, yeah. one of the brutal dictators of this world that, like, the world should be rallying against is one of the few people that Trump hasn't threatened and is instead taking the side of and, like, really screwing Ukraine here. I heard that earlier today, apparently, he was basically like, hey, Ukraine, you want to give us, like, all your resources for, like, the foreseeable future? No? Alright, sucks for you then. I guess you're not getting our support. It's your fault for starting the war with Russia. And, like... This is, like, the kind of thing you'd see in, like, a parody movie. I don't know how this is real life anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if I hang a Canadian flag outside my bedroom window, do you think ICE would deport me to Canada? I wouldn't mind moving. The good ending here. Like, he recently even said he's gonna introduce a 25 freaking wall on the European Union. Yeah, I heard about that talk of the tariff there. I'm not sure if he's serious and if it's gonna happen, but if the 1st of April report is positive, from what I know, Trump will be able to introduce it, and, like, for what reason? Who knows? I don't understand it. Like, the States is, like, such a massive sphere of influence in the world. I would argue that right now the States is, like, the biggest sphere of influence on the world. Second biggest sphere of influence is probably China. Third biggest sphere of influence is probably Russia. If I had to rank, like, what countries I think are, like, the most influential on, like, the rest of the world here right now. And the US is very much shooting themselves in the foot with, maintaining that position, because they're supposed to be, like, one of these massive spheres of influence and very much meant to be, like, a bastion of freedom. And they are anything but that when they're, you know, taking the path that they have right now and kind of turning the rest of the world against them. They're just making the whole rest of the world angry at them, except for Russia, I guess. And for what reason? You know, I don't get it. And hello, hey, it's Dale. Welcome on into some Fire Emblem shenanigans. I find it funny that the USA joined Russia to vote against UN resolution condemning Russia's war against Ukraine. Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, say India or Germany for 3rd place for biggest spheres of influence. Like, they're definitely pretty influential. Like, I do still think that, like, Russia's pretty influential here. Yeah, I definitely think that's probably US, China, Russia. And then fourth is where I'd probably say, like, India or Germany. Is what I would probably say. You guys have steel sword, iron sword. As long as I'm out of your range, I can move, like, some lance guys in here. Yeah, so lance is probably the way to go here right now. And then, yeah, maybe I just leave you, and then, I do some stuff there. But yeah, also supposedly Russia had a hand in faking the result of the Romanian elections. Because they are a very close territory. You have a hand axe, it looks like. You're the guy with the door key here. So, I mean, like, with that guy's range, I can be in that guy's range while being out of that guy's hand axe range if I go on the tile, like, immediately adjacent to that wall. So if Trek goes here with, like, the sword, I'm gonna be out of range of the archer here. And this guy will probably be baited out as well, and we can be at the ready to, like, do some damage here, I guess, is what we can do. So I guess I can go across that way, but, like, let's not. How about? And then here, I can say, I don't know, do something like this, just kind of get moving forward here, figuring out what exactly I want to do and stuff. Sure, I'm gonna go into this tile here. Also, Malkin raiding with a party of 2. I was not expecting the Spanish Inquisition. Welcome to Fire Emblem Binding Blade while we chat about how the US is, like, ticking off the rest of the world. So, like, yeah, sorry for being political here. That's kind of what the stream conversation ended up getting to here. I greatly appreciate the raid there, Malkin. What were you just streaming? Was it some Fire Emblem as well? Was it a different video game? Sounds relevant, yep. What was on the stream agenda? Were you losing your mind at Fire Emblem stuff as well, or was it something else? And welcome on in, everybody, from Melkin's stream. I'm cheesing my way through Fire Emblem hard mode here. You can see that I'm on chapter 8X, and I've already got Alan promoted, and he was at level 20 before I promoted him. I've very much cheesed my way to getting some levels here, but I do have other units that need leveling now, so I'm gonna see where I can feed experience. Hopefully I get lots of opportunities for that. But yeah, doing FE8 hack called 4 Kings. Oh yeah, super hard. Oh geez. First when I saw FE8 and then super hard, I was like, wait, what, really? But if it's a ROM hack, then it's like, okay, yeah, I can imagine that definitely being difficult there. Is it going pretty well? I know they have asserted the current winning candidate in Romania a few days ago, just before the elections. I'm like, why? How do you guys expect this to pursue the other people to your side? Or like to convince other people to come to their side? Yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to like look a little bit more into to be more informed about myself. Because yeah, I can admit that right now I'm very much not very informed on that. I can probably finish you off with Alina. Oh, I can't! I'm 1 point short! God! Oh, God! Am I in range of, I'm not in range of that guy. I'm sure Trek can eat, like, an arrow to the face if need be. So I'd be bringing you down to, like, 11 here. Is what would be the case. Why? It's still the same! Oh my god, this game, I swear. What can I do with this? Oh, too much! Too strong. My Lou is a little bit too much here. Oh, no. Why? Why must it be this way? Oh, darn you, game. Would it be fair game for me to just, like... Can I do a whittle with someone here? Could you whittle? Oh, you could whittle pretty well now that you can attack. Heck yeah. Claren's first ever attacks here. But yeah, it'd be kind of fourth dimensional chess, or at least normal 2D chess if the US is playing one-dimensional chess, if the Russians basically bought so much into spraying propaganda just to make the rest of the world stream by their side. Yeah, I'm sure that the... You know, I've heard that the media is very, very censored there in terms of what they're saying is going on in Ukraine. I mean, that's basically what's going on in the US as well right now anyway, when it comes to, like, news about Ukraine with, you know, President Musk, along with his pals Trump and Vance here, asserting that it was Ukraine that started it. I'm fumbling on my words as I'm trying to, like, multitask with dealing with all these bandits here. Don't mind me. Look, you can't even reach, and this guy reaching is probably gonna be fine. Probably. And then this situation here. Maybe I just give it to Dorothy here. Let's see what happens if I send Roy up a little ways. Let's see here. So Roy, if he were to say... Ooh, he can whittle, assuming he doesn't crit. Knowing my luck, he's gonna crit. Don't crit, don't crit, don't... Oh, nice. Oh, perfect. And then Lelina actually gets some experience here. Watch her miss. Like that. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Please don't just be a +1 in luck like last time. Well, hey, magic went up. I'd like to have her speed go up sometimes. Speed is one of her worst growths. So that's the one that I'm, like, crossing my fingers goes up sometimes. Alright, let's go ahead and send the couch fucker, JD Lance, over this way to help with this situation. But yeah. That's because she started at level 1 in the last chapter here. So, she's gonna take a little bit more work to level up here, considering I only just got her at level 1. Now she's level 3. Her last level up, she only got luck +1, and that was the only thing. Yeah, haven't heard about JD Vance screwing furniture, at least a couch, and now everyone likes to joke about how he, how he screws furniture. And hasn't let that go, rightfully so. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yes, I am. Ow! You're not doubling me, right? Oh my god, that's a little scary. Hey, strength and speed went up! I could have done better than a +3, but hey, if it's strength and speed going up, then hell yeah! I'll gladly take it. Alright, yeah, I gotta look out for these tiles here. And then over here... I mean, Out of curiosity here. Oh, I could just screw him. In fact, I think I'm... No, let's actually check some other things first. I mean, I can attack these guys with a weapon triangle advantage, but I can't quite kill there. You hit really damn hard if you hit. Do the other ones have as dangerous of weapons? No, it's just this guy that's, like, out of his mind with the cavalry stuff. So, like, if he just doesn't land that, and he's probably not going to. If he lands this, I get one shot and it's a reset. Imagine. Okay. But yeah. I was thinking gamer or Twitch chat thing. No, I'm talking about JD Vance. So I was making a joke about, like, JD Lance here. After we were talking about, like, political stuff. Made me think that was funny. Here, sure, do this. JD Vance, the Vice President of America. Trump's best bud next to Elon. Is who that is. Let's see here. The current Vice President of the United States is JD Vance. I saw Lance here, and I was thinking about politics and stuff, so I thought it was funny to call him JD Lance and stuff. Never heard of him? I'm sure that he probably doesn't come up as much in, like, outside of the States and Canada area as like, Trump and Elon do as, like, the big ones that are always in the news here nowadays. Yeah, also curious if you heard from the Democratic side recently from the US side of news. Not really. It, like, unless you just count, like, sources that are, like, condemning Trump. Like, in terms of just, like, left-leaning sources, and those I heard from. But in terms of, like, stuff of what the Democratic Party is actually doing right now, I couldn't really tell you. You might go after him, but I'm sure that's fine. The same political discussion has become so relevant and important. For most of my life, I ignored it, and now I have to watch it constantly to see when the price of Canadian syrup is going to go up 25%, or bananas from Mexico. It literally has to do with the price of bananas. Yeah, when it comes to stuff from Mexico, interestingly enough, now my family and I, and a lot of other people, are, like, really trying to support basically anything but the States. Well, and China, when it can be avoided, too. We're trying to buy a lot of Canadian products, a lot of Mexican products, and, like, European products is what we're trying to do a lot more. And that's the way that I'm sure a lot of Canadians are at this point as well. And yeah, when it came to political stuff, it would very rarely come up on stream because, like, it wouldn't be, like, that relevant or that important. It would be the kind of thing where it's like, hey, there's two, well, I guess I have been streaming since about the time that, like, you know, Trump started running, so maybe this isn't the most fair thing to say. But I remember, maybe not since the beginning time that I was streaming, but at least many moons before that. I remember the days when it's just like, hey, here's two different parties running in the States that are gonna, like, do different things, like, have some different policies, take things in different directions, but, like, not one be necessarily, like, the best thing ever, while one's necessarily the worst thing ever. It's just like, hey, these are different. Which would you prefer? Whereas nowadays, it's like one that is gonna keep things pretty much the same for the most part and try to, like, get the country back on track after a post-COVID world. And the other that is gonna try to, like, cozy up to the wrong people on the global scale, make the billionaires even richer, all while hurting the little guys. Yeah. That's what it feels like. And I mean, across, like, a lot of political stuff in general, across all sides, there's also a lot of spouting nonsense to try and gain favor, but, like, my goodness, if you look at, like, presidential debates, and then, or just political debates in general, and then, like, people that tell you, like, how many times one or the other side lied, like, there's so many lies that go around in, like, today's politics, especially from Trump. But yeah, because when the Democrats were in power, the Republicans were so loud, and when the opposite is the case, when you look at it, I think that when one side is in power, it is also just naturally more likely for the other side to win, because a lot of people keep on attributing, like, the current problems to those that are in power, even if they're trying to, like, fix things, like helping fix the economy in a post-COVID world, for example, like the Democrats were trying really, really hard to do. But being like, hey, this is still a problem, they're not doing enough about it, time for the other guys. So, I think a lot of people get, like, tired of who's currently in power, so I think it's more likely for, like, the other side to win by default when people are like, hey, time for something different than, as opposed to more of the same. I think that there was a lot of potential when Kamala started being, like, kind of the figurehead of the Democratic Party to be like, hey, I'm gonna start taking things in a different direction. But when she said, like, I'm just gonna keep on doing exactly what Biden was doing, no difference, I think that's when a lot of people were kind of swayed to the Republican side in the States, thinking, hey, that's not what we want. I think if she had taken a different approach and been like, hey, we're gonna keep on doing, like, the good stuff, but we're also gonna do, like, some different stuff. Like, even assuming that if we make an assumption that every single thing that they were doing was inherently good, even if that was the case, people would still like to hear, hey, we're gonna do something different, as opposed to more of the same, because they're gonna attribute, like, the current problems to be, like, the fault of the current administration. So they need to hear, hey, we're gonna be doing some things different to, like, sway people to convince them, you know, is what I feel like is very much the case. But yeah, that sucks. I remember last year I mentioned politics once or twice. It's also gonna be spew nonsense that has no scientific evidence, I assume, here backing it up. That's very much the case. Like, my goodness, the amount of things that are denied. That's an issue, especially of the two-party system, but also other systems struggle from it. Yep, I very much agree. In the States with a two-party system, if you're voting for a third party or not voting, you may as well be voting against whoever you would have voted for. Because that's the two-party system for you. I don't really want to step on that if it can be avoided. The only one I have over here that's actually, like, strong that I can move forward is gonna be Roy. Oh, I can't whittle you! Damn it! Why can't I whittle you? There I can whittle. Oh, I'd go into that mage's range if I looped Roy around this way to block one of that guy's tiles of movement. Wait a second. Would it be fine if he, attacked Dorothy, I wonder? Like, if I instead attack from here... This isn't the best whittling, is it? Am I gonna do something really weird? No, I don't care about turn count. I'm pulling back. I would like to give that EXP to Lilina if it can be helped. Okay, that's what I'm doing here. Technically, we have more than two parties. It's just that they don't have enough public presence to get voted for. Yeah, like, you can vote third party. But it may as well be a vote against, like, whoever you would have otherwise voted for. Like vaccines being evil / migrants being the worst thing in the world, especially if they're illegal, or even tariffs being a good idea. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why, like, the economy is, like, really, really struggling now in the States, is a combination of tariffs, illegal immigrants that are getting booted out, that were doing, like, the labor that other Americans wouldn't have wanted to do otherwise, that they'd be willing to do, like, in difficult conditions and for cheap. It's like, okay, do you want to go and, like, go pick fruit in the blazing heat for, like, really cheap wages here now? And so you see grocery prices start going up, and it's like, what the hell did you think was gonna happen? Like, what's so bad about it? They keep on framing it in, like, oh, they're taking jobs from, like, native-born Americans here. It's like, okay, you wanna, like, back that up and go take the jobs that people are actually coming in and, like, getting when they're just getting whatever they can get? My mom was talking to me earlier today. She works in health science. Like, I work as a research assistant in the same place that she works at. And she's a research coordinator, so she manages, like, different studies at the university. And she was telling me that what it used to be worldwide when it came to, at least with a lot of the Western world, when it came to things like health research, is there would be people that would be getting their PhDs in places like Europe and Canada and not really be able to find work in the research field, and they would be going to the States, because the States would be, like, one of the pinnacles of things like health research and, you know, developing new drugs, vaccines, and just doing different research stuff in general. But now it's the opposite. Now that that stuff is getting defunded as the current presidency is like, yeah, that stuff, nah, it's not all that worthwhile to pursue, or there's, oh, my stream video player here just crashed. Click here to reload player. My stream didn't crash, did it? Doesn't look like, thank goodness. Now it's the other way around. Now there's a bunch of people that are getting laid off in the States and have to look to other countries like Canada and Europe to be able to, like, work in health research when it used to be the other way around. So the states that used to be a pinnacle in, like, the health research field is just not really becoming that anymore, as the current presidency just doesn't really seem to believe in health research. So, yeah, but yeah, sadly, when it came down to voting, didn't want to cast my vote for the two idiots that went for the Green Party, which was Jill Stein, who was more ecological help, you know, protect natural forests, minimize pollution, that stuff, because it was a safe vote. That's fair enough. Here in the land of, like, Canada and Alberta, I'm usually voting Green. But yeah, when all the evidence proves otherwise, yep. First time, sadly, hearing that name. I know, this is the 5th year voting for the Green Party. Yeah, definitely not that much of a media presence for the other parties, unfortunately. I think that immigrants, even illegal, be so much beneficial. Yeah, absolutely. If the system to find a job isn't based on racism / it actually works, I've heard in Germany to find a job you need to wait for almost a year, if not more, because of how terrible the system is, really. I can pursue work in Germany. I have my Sprachdiplom, so I can definitely keep that in mind if it, you know, if I end up looking for work in Germany at some point in the future. Let's see here. And because of stuff like CVs, it's treated like all the positions are empty, when in reality there might just not be that many positions available, or the standards might be way too high. You're not baited out yet. I can come over here and I can just, like, sword, and you're probably not gonna hit me. Don't know if you've ever listened to Granson's music. Oh god, that actually hit me. Explicit music with political topics. You have been warned. Yeah, I haven't heard of it before. I don't really listen to much music outside of, like, video game music. And sometimes anime music. But every time I hear someone mention immigrants, it reminds me of a line from one of his songs. Lost his old occupation, but it wasn't immigration. It was a machine automation that replaced him. Of course, 7 years ago when that song came out, it was more relevant. Now everyone's losing jobs just because the government no longer wants to employ people. Yeah, like, everyone thought it was gonna be, like, automation that'd be taking away jobs for so long, and, like, the machines and stuff like that. And now it's just like, yeah, we're not gonna hire people in this sector anymore, and people that are already working in the sector, yeah, guess what, they're fired. It's ridiculous. You're level 3, you're a little bit lower level. I'm gonna prioritize giving it to you, I think. But yeah. Yeah, there's definitely an employment issue. Yeah, look, you're trapped now. And yeah, you can't actually go after my weakest one here. You're probably going to go after Dorothy, who can't counterattack once you get close enough. Is what you're probably going to do. Let's see here. Let's start schmoving this way. Go provide some support over here. Now I should be able to keep all my units together for the rest of this map and be a lot better off. Oh, but you have a hand axe, so, like, I can't wait for you to come to me. I better do this. This is what I better do. I was going to wait for you to come to me, but, like, never mind. But yeah, now the quote from South Park makes sense. They took our jobs. They took our gerbs. But yeah, yeah, would definitely be both. Like, there is definitely automation that is taking away, like, more positions. Which is why I studied computing science, so I can be the one designing these systems. But yeah, definitely a problem with each. And yeah, I'm sure there's other factors as well. Certainly a complicated process. Here, you get this guy. Get him out of here. Be gone. Get out here. There we go. No longer stabbing people with a dick. Instead using the uge. Uge? Ogier. It's different depending on, like, what translation version you're playing. Should I just give it a trek? Maybe I will, honestly. I'm gonna have to loop around this way and be a weirdo like this. So I'm gonna have to do... Ooh. I can't say I have. I'm not familiar with it. Alright, trek again in a second here. Okay, you're still electing to be there, it looks like. Alright, Alina. Keep on getting your experience here. We gotta do what we gotta do. You know how it be. Yeah, Lou's gonna be my one that can double. Lilina's just gonna be the one that hits hard, but doesn't really double. Because her speed growth is kind of not good. Here, I'll just wait here now. As I quote from Wikipedia, Roko's Basilisk is a thought experiment which states that an otherwise benevolent artificial superintelligence, AI, in the future would be incentivized to create a virtual reality simulation to torture anyone who knew of its potential existence but did not directly contribute to its advancement or development in order to incentivize said advancement. The end there kind of lost me, but like, it's kind of like the Matrix then. A virtual reality simulation to torture anyone who knew of its potential existence, yeah. But did not directly contribute to its advancement or development. Yeah. So people that know about it, but, like, don't actually help it in any way, it wants to torture and stuff, that's the Matrix then, right? Essentially. I'm not gonna be getting close enough to this mage, right? I can't cross these gaps unless I have a flyer. That's fine. Just gonna be going around, getting experience along the way. That is a-okay. Oh, come on! 1 point away from a level up. Alright, I'm gonna have to bait this guy out with someone. You'd be able to counter, but like... Let's see here. So down to that tile there. I can get there, looks like. Sure, beyond that. Now let's be at the ready to ambush this dude. Be careful not to step on the red tiles if it can be helped. I'll heal Trek here shortly, I think. Is what I'll end up doing. Oh, that archer's coming out. Is the mage really not baited out? The mage just, like, chills out there. So in short, if we don't work on it right now, it might not come out, and we might be saved, but at the same time, if it does come out, the people from the past could be all tortured forever, but we work on it, then we might create it. But if it is created, then we're safe, but everyone else is dead, all in pursuit of saving resources. Yeah, I don't think I'd be too worried about the Matrix anytime soon here. Can I get closer and bait you out or something? Now I can go, like, a couple tiles closer here. Is what I can do. Ah! Nose! I felt like I was almost gonna sneeze there for a second, but then I didn't. Yeah, it might not be a bad idea just to give you a little bit of health to be on the safe side of things. Because you're not one of my stronger dudes yet. So I may as well. Now I'm only getting 5 EXP per heal as opposed to 11 pre-promoted. Just like the idea of the thought experiment, since you mentioned having a safe job in the future with electronics until the system turns against me. I forgot to move my guy. I don't think that mage moves. Until he moves and just, like, screws me. Just wait. Alright, maybe have some tougher guys at the front. This is what I'll end up having here. And then get ready to surround you. If I do something like that. Then I can surround you, and then I can have, like, Lilina poke you a whole bunch of times, and then I'll go get that mage with someone. This is what I think I'll do here. Going after Roy, huh? Nice miss. Alright, well. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to avoid stepping on those tiles where I can. Alright, Lilina. Go ahead and fire that guy like he works in health research. I think it's set up here to, like, force me to be on a fire tile. Is, I think, what the intended game design is there. I'm starting to think. I could technically farm that guy for experience with a bunch of misses, but, like, nah. I'm gonna stop doing that for a little while. Also, love the quote, scientists invent the Torment Nexus from the hit sci-fi series. Do not invent the Torment Nexus! I assume that's another mage that doesn't move, considering he's surrounded by fire tiles. I keep on forgetting to move you. From the name alone, I can definitely imagine it would probably be similar here. Here, fire him. And then next time here. But yeah, in terms of growth rates, Lou definitely seems like the better mage than Alina, since, like, he actually grows speed. But I do want to use Alina for story purposes. I would use Sue for story purposes as well if she's Lynn's daughter, but, like, that doesn't become important until... Oh, no! Doesn't really become important until, like, Fire Emblem 7 anyway. Like, there's no mention of Lyn anywhere in this game, so it's like, Sue's probably not too important. And she's not, like, an important character in the story. Just have, like, Lilina, because she's a important character in the story and all that. Oh, I'm gonna be in the range where I bait out those guys. Is the concern here. I'm not gonna attack with the longbow, I don't think. Oh, I don't have a javelin or anything. Oh, I shouldn't have gone here. Because you can attack, but I can't attack back. Oops. You probably have lots of res. Yeah, you have lots of res here. Here, do this. If some guys come up to me, then, like, whatever, I guess. Maybe I'll actually... You'll probably attack someone that can't counterattack. Like Alan. If you're not moving, I'm going there. And maybe Lilina can get the kill on the next turn here. I think you have 5 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you'd be able to go after him on the next turn. Or maybe Gwendolyn or something like that. I don't know. This is maybe what I end up doing. I'm not sure. Let's do that. Regardless, you need more regulation in the tech space. I agree. Oh yeah, you chill there and like you, oh, use the vulnerary. At first I thought that was like a Healy tile. Why can AI use copyrighted media to train, but the moment somebody plays a video game with a song on it on Twitch, it's a problem? Yep, it's a fault of that creator there. For playing something they shouldn't have, because that doesn't belong to them. Yeah, I do agree. I think the EU is the only part of the world that actually cares about the safety of AI. Might well be. I have no idea what Canada's stance is. Like, that's not really something I hear about all that much. But at the same time, what does it matter when the US and China are literally in a race for the best AI? Yep. And what kind of AI systems they can use to, you know, influence the most people. Alright, well. It's something, I guess. But yeah, I've given up hope for the US to get regulation on this stuff. Trump's too busy speedrunning, piss off the world %, and Musk has a conflict of interest with regulating AI. Yeah. I hope no one will be able to hold the copyright stuff made by an AI since it's not a human that made it. What, they start copyrighting like AI-generated music and you don't even realize that's AI-generated as you play it on like a stream. Then you get copyright claimed. That looks good to me. Watch me get 2% critted. That would have been so sad. So, thank goodness that didn't happen. Can I whittle you for someone else? Not really. Truck's not really that good at, like, doubling or anything here. Ooh. Yeah, they're gonna do the same amount of damage. Dang it, if I was doing, like, 1 point less here. Yeah, Claren's actually really strong now. I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe I just get the kill here like this. Oh god. The chances of hitting are very bad. Screw, I'm just moving Claren out of the way. Just enough damage I can do with that guy's res. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Tesla's been using AI in their recent self-driving tests. Doesn't surprise me. Oh, just asking about the conflict of interest there. Would I be able to... Yikes, I missed that. He could kill me. Amazing. At least Luke can get some experience, I guess. But, like, you can't get over enough. Ah, sure, just give it to Lou. Whatever. Whatever. I've seen the bus stop in Europe that has the anti-Tesla advert? No. When Guzma was here and we went to Jasper, I saw the first ever Cybertruck that I've seen here in Canada. I saw one in Texas when I was down there, but the first ever Cybertruck that I saw in Canada was in Jasper, is where I saw it. And, like, you usually wouldn't see as many, like, electric vehicles in Canada in general because, like, the batteries and the cold, that's not really a match made in heaven there. Like, maybe in some of the warmer parts of Canada. Like, my cousin who lives in BC has a, electric car, for example. that he can't even get all the way to his job. He lives outside of the city where he works, like just a little ways out. And he can't actually get there on one full charge of the battery, and he has to like fill up on juice on the way just to get to and from work. So I don't know why he got an electric car, but hey. He works as a philosophy professor, so maybe something philosophical really spoke to him. I don't know, man. Just bait you out with someone. I don't really care who. Does anyone need health here? I'm not getting the support there. Like, I thought for sure that was going to be a support I was getting when I was first planning things out. But then it's like, huh. There's other people that have, like, more limited supports and can use Roy and Lilina as a partner. So, sorry, Roy and Lilina, you're not actually getting your support. Because I would rather use those conversations on people that are, like, in more desperate need for supports and wouldn't be getting ones otherwise. So anyone that really needs a heal? Dorothy, I guess, could use a heal. Look at that movement. Look how nice that is. But yeah, always find it hilarious of car troubles in the winter. Like, just in general with car troubles here. But it must have been a while ago, as I haven't watched shit post on the internet for the past half a year, nor have I scrolled YouTube /TikTok, well, ever. Well, that's not a bad thing. But I didn't know of its existence. That's why you do not plan to have a car. Public transport where you live is amazing, and maintaining a car is just such a big expense. Yeah, it can be. It's still really good to have, like, a driver's license just in case, like, you go traveling and you need to, like, rent a vehicle in, like, a different place, and just to, like, have the general knowledge. But, like, when you're living in a place with, like, great public transportation, that's great if you can get around like that. Like, that is fantastic like that. Can I feed you to Lilina? Maybe? As long as JD Lance doesn't envision this guy as a couch like he just did! Well, Lilina's not getting fed that. He got a little bit overexcited the moment that I mentioned furniture. Damn it. I don't know, I'll bait out, like, some of these guys next. Yeah, let's see here. Also behind a wheel, be responsible for other people's lives. Yeah, with the V there, is what it would be. And the US public transport is a pipe dream outside of specific city metros. I'm actually a car enthusiast and love driving little sporty cars, but still against car-dependent infrastructure. Yeah, there are many people who can't drive for health reasons, and the fact that they have no realistic way to get to places is awful. Yeah, there should be, like, good public infrastructure for transport. Like, I do think it's good for people to, like, know how to drive, have a driver's license, and, like, be able to use that skill if they need to. Because there might be instances in your life where you need that. But you also shouldn't need that to get, like, from point A to point B in just, like, the normal place that you live, ideally. Like, assuming that where you live actually put some effort into its infrastructure and stuff there. Would be quite nice. I mean, I kind of like vehicles as well, considering I'm literally fixing up a 1953 Fargo truck. That, I just got a spring in earlier today. I've been waiting for this thing for a while. This spring cost me $80! It's the bearing pullback spring, which I believe will help return the clutch to the position that it's supposed to be in, like, after I press it in and engage the transmission. Is what this stupid little $80 spring is supposed to do. It cost me, like, $17 USD for, like, the spring itself, and then, like, $50-something USD for the shipping. So, I don't know if the shipping has to do with, like, a post-Trump world or anything here, or if it's just generally like that, but whenever I buy stuff like that, it's always like an arm and a leg on the shipping. And the shipping was, like, nothing. The shipping is this. This little thing was the shipping. And like, unbelievable. Anyway, so, like, I am very enthusiastic about vehicles in that sense of, like, fixing stuff up here. Now that I have the last part that I need to, like, make it running functionally, I should be able to, like, book my appointment at a shop to actually get my transmission reinstalled. Like, I may as well wait until all the snow is melted first, because there's no point, like, making my vehicle functional and then towing it home when I can just, you know, make my vehicle functional and drive it home. Like, may as well save on some towing expenses and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm very much a car person in that sense, and, like, I'm literally working on restoring an old vehicle. I like driving a manual in that sense, driving the 3 on the tree, and like the control that I have with a manual transmission as opposed to an automatic transmission is just so much more fun. You have so much more control over the vehicle, and like, especially with like the sounds that it makes as like a 1950s truck, like it's just fun in that sense. But, you know, with really good public transport, that is what I would use, like, when the opportunity arrives for that. Like, going to and from university, there's a train that I can take that goes, like, right to and from it. Both my first university and my, I went to 3 different institutions. One was just online, technically, during COVID. But 3 different institutions. I lived 10 minutes away, like, walking distance from a train station, so I would just walk to the train station. And there is a station, like, right beside all 3 of the places that I did, like, post-secondary of, on, like, that same train line. So, no matter where I was taking school, I would just, like, walk to the train station, and I would just, you know, take the train and just, like, chill out there. Maybe, like, watch some YouTube on my phone, tune into, like, some friends' Twitch streams, maybe work on a video essay script, maybe read a book, something like that. I would read some ebooks and stuff while I was going to and from university. Like, and it just worked great, just walking to the train station and taking the train. Oh, God, are you kidding me? No! So I really, really like having that, public transport system in there of, like, the LRT system that we have in our city. Like, it is really quite nice. Oh my God! Well, please land. Oh, hell yeah! There goes, like, 75% of my health. But luckily, Lena can get the kill now, and I can just, like, heal up Gwendolyn and stuff. So, like, I like driving, but if there's, like, a really good, reliable option for public transit, I'll just take public transit. Will be the case. Whoa, her speed went up! Hell yeah! Alright, I can move into that tile here and get the heal that I'm gonna really want here. But yeah, I think it's just generally the price of shipping from the US. It probably is. Like, over the past several years of buying parts from the States, like, one of the biggest factors on buying parts for my truck is always just the shipping. So I always try to, like, do an inventory of, like, what else do I need? And, like, go through all the parts of my truck and be like, do I need a replacement for that? Do I need a replacement for that? Because I may as well order it all at once and, like, save on the shipping costs. And yeah, because this stuff is, like, so old and niche, I do have to order a lot of stuff from the States and get, like, equivalent Dodge parts. So I'm ordering for my Fargo truck, which was the short version of the story, basically a Canadian truck. It was manufactured in Canada. You would find Fargos in Canada, you wouldn't find Fargos in the States. There's some technicality to that, but that's the short version. So a lot of parts that I order from the States are old Dodge parts. Like, this is a Dodge Power Wagon part, is what this is. It is wrapped in so dang much tape. Like, it is unreal. Let's get the spring out of here. Wow. But I guess that helps keep it safe in shipping. I've never paid so much money for a tiny little spring in my life. But there's a lot of instances like this where I do just need to get, like, Dodge parts, which are just going to be the equivalent of Fargo parts anyway, so there shouldn't be any difference. Yeah, look at this little thing. I paid $80 for this thing that finally came in the mail. We had a friend out at the lake, a friend's dad out at the lake cabin, technically, rebuild my transmission for me. And he said he was able to source all the parts that he needed to replace, except for a spring. I don't know if I didn't have one before, or, like, if he just, like, threw out the original, but he didn't have an original one to show me. He was like, there's a little spring that goes right around here that you need, and I did some research into what it was, and I'm pretty sure it was this. I reached out to the seller of this, and I was like, hey, would this work for a 1953 Fargo truck in this spot? And they were like, yeah, it should work. So we'll see what the shop says. And if this stupid little spring here is the thing that gets my truck working, get my vehicle on the road. Man. Let's go, such a treasure for the $80. Yeah. Like, maybe I could have gone to, like, a specialty place and had something custom made for cheaper, but, like, I want to make sure that I'm using, like, actual original parts where I can, so that, like, for sure works and stuff. But yeah, manual transmission, sorry, but never even started ones about cars, as you didn't plan to get a license. Definitely, like, should just for the sake of having one. But if you never have to use it, great. Like, there's definitely a few things that I think are definitely handy to have. Like, my dad is into going to the range and, like, shooting firearms sometimes, for example. So he wanted me to get my PAL, which is my possession and acquisition license for firearms. So I end up doing a course that allows me to, like, use or purchase firearms. I don't think I ever will purchase a firearm. I really don't care. like, I'll gladly go shooting with my dad sometimes, mostly because, like, he gets a kick out of it. And, like, it can be fun to, like, aim at targets and stuff like that sometimes, but I would never go out and buy a gun. But the course was actually really interesting. And, like, it even went into, like, the history of, like, here's, like, the earliest firearms and, like, how they advanced and, like, what an influence they had, like, on our world with, like, what a driving force they've been in warfare and, like, what the advancements in it look like over the years. And it was actually really cool. And we went through, like, the different functions of it. Like, you know, this is how this part of the gun works. This is how this is, like, the progression up until today. This is how, like, the different kinds of actions work. So you've got, like, the lever action, you've got the bolt action, you've got the semi-automatic, you've got, the full automatic that I don't know if we have any of it here in Canada. If we do, it's probably just a few kinds. What other kinds of actions are there? There's probably some other ones that I'm missing here. And it was just kind of interesting to learn about them. And they would have, like, a table covered in, like, all these decommissioned firearms, so they couldn't fire anymore. Like, they had been modified so they couldn't be used as firearms anymore. But they're meant for you to just, like, pick up, try out the different actions, like, disassemble parts of them, put back them on again, and just, like, figure out how they worked and stuff. And, like, even if I never go out and, like, buy a firearm, I still think that it was a course worthwhile to do just to learn about this thing that is, like, so important in our world, in the sense of, like, our world history is, like, such a massive part of warfare, and, like, how it advanced over the years, and just being familiar with, hey, this is how a firearm works, not it seeming like some super mysterious thing, kind of helping demystify it. So that's another thing that I think is, like, honestly, after taking it, I would recommend people to take, is go do a course for, like, a possession acquisition license for firearms. Even if you never plan to do, like, here in Canada, I don't know what the equivalent is in, like, other countries, but, like, even with no intention of ever getting a firearm, I still think it was a fascinating course that by the end I was like, wow, I'm glad I took that. And I think that it's a similar thing with, like, a driver's license. Like, I think a driver's license is more likely to be, like, applicable, have, like, a use, whereas the firearms course is more like, this is stuff that's just kind of, like, nice to know. But yeah, so driver's license, firearms license are, like, two things that aren't really essential, but I do recommend that people get, because I do think that they're, like, handy things to know. Let's see here. So yeah, explaining the manual transmission. Manual transmission vehicles require you to shift through the gears yourself, so instead of putting it into drive, you first put it in first, second, etc. Also have the third pedal, the clutch pedal that disengages. Yeah, I can probably show a little clip of driving my truck. But yeah, I can kind of explain here a little bit. Firearms are mostly an American thing. Most countries don't allow civilians to own them. Here in Canada, it's like you can own them, but there's a lot heavier restrictions than in the States. Like, a magazine can only hold, like, so many bullets depending on the firearm. And if you get, like, a magazine imported from the States and it holds, say, 20 bullets, but the legal capacity in Canada is 10, then you have to modify that magazine so it can only hold 10. Like, it'll depend on the firearm. Sometimes, like, barrels can't be past, like, a certain length. So if you're getting, like, a firearm from the States that's, like, 18 inches barrel length, it might have to be, like, 15 inches to be, like, regulation or something like that, and you have to have, like, a firearms license to be able to own firearms. There's the unrestricted license, and there's the restricted license. So, unrestricted firearms in Canada are, like, rifles, stuff like that, is what they typically are, like, big firearms that you're not gonna be able to conceal. Whereas restricted firearms are things like handguns, typically. I have the restricted license, which means that I can, like, own unrestricted or restricted firearms. Again, no intention of doing so, but it was interesting to take. Oh yeah, Texas is a lot more lenient. My dad and I went to a gun range in Texas and rented a rifle there. They gave us a magazine that held 30 rounds, and I was like, oh my god, what? So you would fire that thing for a while before it ran out. Like, it was, I was definitely surprised. I can probably take a hit. It's been a little while since I did this. So yeah, I've fired a decent few different kinds of firearms, and yeah, that is definitely the largest magazine I've ever used, was the one in Texas. Unsurprisingly here. Fun fact, you can own a firearm in the US as soon as you turn 18. You cannot smoke a cigarette or drink a beer until you're 21. Can somebody please explain? Yeah, here in the land of Canada, you need to, like, do a special course and get a license for it. So, like, I'm not gonna show the back of, or the front of it here, because I'm not gonna, like, dox myself. But here's what the back of, like, a firearms license looks like, for example. You can very smallly see possession, acquisition, and stuff. It's because it is a PAL. It is a possession acquisition license. It's kind of fun to call them PALs. But yeah, let's not just show all my personal information by showing the front. I will pass on that front. But that's the kind of thing that you need to own. And, like, before someone even shows you, like, a firearm at, like, a gun counter in one of the few places where you can get them here, you need to show your PAL. And then they're like, okay, now we can show you what we've got. Like, they won't serve you if you don't show that. My PAL is a Barrier .50 cal sniper rifle. Some Canadian, probably. Definitely learning more about life and the world situation than on my civics lessons. Don't know if everything is true. I trust the people here, but also best for you to search later after this stream. If even what I said is true, yeah, definitely good to double check things here. And, like, you know, when I talk about stuff like some of the restrictions and stuff like that, I just talk about knowledge of a brief course where I, like, I wouldn't quote me on anything. My pal is a stuffed animal, nice, in a cast iron pan. But yeah, I can try better explaining, like, the difference between, like, an automatic transmission and a manual transmission. So, in the beginning, cars were just manual transmissions, in that you have different sized gears that are literally gears, like, with the teeth and stuff like that, that spin to spin stuff. Where, if you have a small gear like this, obviously, applying a amount of force is going to be spinning it really fast. But if you have, like, a big gear like this and you apply the same amount of force, it's going to be spinning a lot slower. So, when it comes to, like, different gears there, you literally have, like, different gears that you shift across. So, I'm sure probably the earliest vehicles probably only had, like, one gear. Like, one set of gears that are touching, you hit the gas and, like, the car goes. But vehicles, if you want to get, like, a better range of speeds, you are definitely going to want to have, like, multiple gears, and also just not be putting, like, so much force onto, like, something that's not quite the right gear. So, I don't know, I suck at vehicle stuff, but there's different size gears that are going to be moving at different speeds and are better for, like, different speed ranges. So, my 1953 Fargo truck, for example, it has 3 speeds, and reverse, technically. Like, let's see here, 1953 Fargo inside. No, actually, this isn't a good example. Let's do 1949 Mercury inside, because that's going to be like a 3 on the floor. 1949 Mercury inside. Let's not show my 3 on the tree Fargo. Let's see here. 1949 Mercury truck, because that's what I know. Yeah, this is like the inside of the Mercury truck. This basically looks like the inside of the truck that we have at the lake cabin. So, you have the 3 pedals here, so you have, like, the long rectangular one that's the gas. I guess that's what'll happen when it's red here. But that's the same way that our Mercury looks out at the lake, so we have a truck that's just like this. So you have, like, the gas to, you know, go, give it gas, give the engine some oomph. You have your brake to stop, and you have the clutch that lets you shift gears. So, when it's pushed out all the way like that, the clutch isn't engaged, whatever gears are currently on there and touching are the ones that are currently on there. That's not changing. So, the shifter here is how you shift gears. So, this is a 3-speed. So, if you, so you would have, like, your left hand on the wheel, or you usually have both hands on the wheel. But then when you go to shift, you'd have your left hand on the wheel, move your right hand to the shifter here, and let's say you want to go into reverse, you'd go left and up, and that's reverse. More modern vehicles have it labeled. This you just have to memorize, and I have it memorized. So that's how you would go reverse. But to, like, shift gears, you need to have your foot on the clutch. So if you push your foot on the clutch, that'll separate the gears, and now they're just, you know, free spinning. So you're in neutral. So when your foot is on the clutch, you're essentially just coasting. Like, you can give it any amount of gas, but while your foot is on the clutch, you're not gonna go anywhere. You'll hear the engine vroom, it'll, you know, that'll pick up some speed, the movement of the engine. But it's not gonna go anywhere, because you have your foot on the clutch. The gears are separated. So then, let's say I wanted to go into first gear, which is the lowest speed, where you're gonna be going, like, that's good for the ranges of, like, 10 to 20 miles per hour on this truck. So I would move the shifter left, and then down, and then I'm in first gear, and then I let out the clutch. So now that, like, they're in the position of first gear and I let out the clutch, now the gears go back and they touch again, and now they're spinning in first gear. And then I pick up a decent bit of speed, and then it's like, okay, like, now I want to go to, like, the next gear. Because if I could floor it in, like, first gear, and I might only go, like, 20 miles per hour. I'm using miles here because this is the way it was made. Our old trucks before Canada switched over to kilometers. Yeah, I could just, like, be absolutely flooring the gas. Maybe my maximum speed would be, like, 20, something like that. And I want to go to, like, the next range. So then I push in the clutch, the gears separate, I move the shifter, like, first to neutral, and then to second, and then I let out the clutch again. So now that's changed what gears are here, and then they go back to touching again. Now they're spinning with the things that are better for second gear. So now I can go from, like, maybe 20 to, like, I don't know, say 35-ish. I don't actually know what the range is here. First might actually be, like, first is probably more like 0 to 10-ish or, like, to 15. Second is probably about, like, 15 to 30-ish is what's ideal for. And then let's say you want to get to, like, your top speed, then, you know, push in the clutch, separate the gears, use the shifter here to shift it down to third gear, that switches the gears here, and then you let out the clutch, the gears touch again. And now you're in third gear, which is good for, like, I don't know, 35 to, like, 50-ish, and 50 is, like, the top speed on this truck. And those are, like, your 3 speeds. More modern vehicles will have, like, 5 speeds or 6 speeds. If only you could go to Frag or something soon. If you trusted your 2013 Fiat 500 Abarth to get me to Canada and back, you need to experience that thing. Like, trade vehicles here. Experience the Fargo and the Fiat there. But yeah. So you do that. Yeah, you don't want to, like, grind the gears against one another. I've never actually tried all that much when it comes to, like, releasing the gas. I guess you would grind the gears a little bit, because the gears would still be spinning as, like, you take them off. But if you have, like, the clutch pushed down and you hit in the gas, then, you know, it's just gonna spin them freely. But I guess if you have your foot on the gas as you're changing gears, then, yeah, it'll continue to hit and contact where it should probably. I don't actually know enough about this kind of stuff here, is the case. But that's how it works on that. And then if I do, like, 1953 Fargo truck inside, oh god, that looks way worse than mine. This is the layout of mine, but, like, this looks so much worse. No, not that one. Is this a 53 Fargo truck inside? Nope, sure isn't. I have an actual picture of the inside of mine. Gosh dang it. There's no good picture online of the inside of a 53 Fargo truck. Let's just post the one of my truck. Let's see here, because I have an album here that I made just of, like, Fargo pictures, so I should be able to find it relatively quickly. The shifter is in different places for different vehicles. Usually it's just on the floor like that. That's the way that is with most vehicles. Mine is weird. Mine is a 3 on the tree. Is this a, that's not a great photo, but, like, it'll work, I guess. Oh, this one is actually a little bit better. Maybe one of these. File cannot be empty. Are you kidding me? Can I upload this one? File cannot be empty. Alright, well, never mind here. I am looking it up after all. This is what would be on the inside of my truck. So it's basically the exact same thing where it's like you have a reverse, you have a first, you have a second, and a third. But it's on the column. So most vehicles would be like here on the floor for you to move around. Mine is here. So when I'm shifting gears, I'm holding the wheel like this, and I have to move my hand back here, and I gotta go first, second, third, is how mine works. This is before they changed it in, this is not a 53 Dodge. 53 Dodge would be on the tree. If this was a 49 or a 48 Dodge, it would be on the floor. Would be the case, but 50, it was either 50 or 51 that they changed it. Yeah, this would not be a 53 Dodge. That's gotta be a lie right there. Man, so many sad looking Fargos here. But yeah, so that's how you would work with, like, a manual transmission where you have to be the one that's changing the gears depending on, like, what speed you want. Modern vehicles would all be automatic transmissions, which means they do it for you. So there's only, like, gas and brake to go and stop, and it automatically starts in first gear. You pick up some speed, it goes into second gear. You pick up some speed, it goes into third gear. It does it automatically. And if you're driving a car, you'll hear it, like, when it shifts gears. Like, especially when you're, like, flooring it going on the highway to, like, pick up speed initially. And, like, you'll hear it going vroom, and then it takes a brake and then goes vroom, and that little break between is it, like, shifting to the next gear that it needs. So it's just kind of all automated in modern vehicles and stuff. Let's see here. Kind of looks like the main partner of the main character in Cars in this picture, if only it was brown. I have heard people tell me so many times that my truck looks like Tomater. Like, let's see here. Where's the most recent photo I posted here of, like, my actual just truck in general? Here's my fuel tank. You want to see what I've done to my fuel tank? This is what it looked like before. This was the inside. 70 plus years of gunk. And now, after a lot of work, and this isn't even, like, the final look here. This was, like, the first layer on. There's a lot more layers put on than that. This is what it's basically looking like now. This is what a weekend of work will do. Like, anyway. So my fuel tank's looking a lot better. I can't wait to reinstall that. Here's some recent photos I took of my truck. Here's one where it was being rained on outside here. I've had people tell me all the time that my truck looks like a Tomater. I'm like, no, mine is not a Mater. It doesn't have enough rust on it to be a Mater. Like, it has rust in some places, like there. There's a bunch on the other side here. You can probably see, like, little smidges of sections here. But I'm in way better condition to be a Tomater. Definitely a sidekick of the main character in Cars. No. And I remember Fragapalooza 2023 sleeping in the back of this thing. That was fun. But yeah, let's see here. Oh, Mario, the best thing about the Fiat, you cannot shift it too fast. As long as you shift correctly, you can slam gears as fast as you want. Oh, interesting. Also, quick fun thing that I can show about the Mercury here. Since we had that one inside shot that looked basically exactly like the Mercury that we have here. Fun fact on this. This is the heater. This looks like cabinets. You have the glove box here. This is the heater, so you can, like, open them up. And this is where heat comes out of. This is where the radio would go if you have, like, a radio put into it. This is the starter. On my Fargo, I have a starter switch on the floor. On the Mercury, it's much better. Like, you don't have to use your foot. You use a button on the dash here. That's the starter. This is the emergency brake. So, like, you press it down, pull it up to engage the brake, and when you're ready to go, you, like, squeeze it in, and you push it down, and then it disengages the emergency brake. So, fun kind of stuff about the Mercury truck there. And you have, like, throttle and choke that are here, whereas they're, like, more in the center of the dash of my Fargo. So, some fun facts about the Mercury there. Also, since you're already online, maybe now would be the time to see what they're updating Minecraft on their website, or some other time. That might be best during, like, Assassin's Creed, when I'm, like, desperately trying to find other stuff to do. I say as I'm getting, like, completely sidetracked by other stuff here. The kind of stuff that's naturally flowing into conversation, I suppose. I know that this is kind of a natural break here. And, like, anybody that's tuning into this for Fire Emblem at this point is probably already like, what the heck? He's not playing Fire Emblem. But, like, I do want to get through these chapters at the same time. I can have a brief look, tell you what. Let's see here. I can have a very brief look. Let's see here. Why'd this just, like, pop up here? What is that? Okay, well, I had to download because, you know, Windows reset and stuff. This is the Minecraft movie stuff. Where do you find, like, update stuff? Building blocks, swamp hut, snapshot, fixing some bugs and stuff. It's an Easter egg on Google. Oh, okay. I don't know where I find new stuff anyway. Games, shop, community support. It'd be more funny when you do a Minecraft stream, do a mod pack of spooks. I've seen some things that have scared my soul. Just do a bunch of that. Get the latest Minecraft news. Look in the news? I don't actually know how I look in the news. Discover our games, gameplay trailers, Minecraft news, see all news? Minecraft Dungeons and Dragons, what? Test a new exciting features? Is that what it would be, like new features and stuff? New cute features going into testing? New spawn egg textures? Oh, that's cool. I like that. It doesn't say what that is. Spawn eggs have updated to look like the mob they spawn. That's kind of cool. Wolf variant sounds. Oh, that's cool. Leaf litter biome coloring. Oh, that's cool. Seems very neat. Exciting features. Indeed they are. Man, I can't wait for, like, the best movie ever made. An update the chicken, cow, and pig textures. Interesting. I can't wait for the Minecraft movie to come out, and then I'll just, like, reach out to my cousin's kids and be like, hey, you guys wanna go watch, like, the best movie ever made with me? What I'll totally do. I would totally go see it with them as a meme here. We'll see if they're interested in going along with me. Let's see. Really like what they're adding recently in Minecraft and wanted to say, gotcha. Now you're satisfied. Fair enough. Move some Dudos forward. That can take a hit in case Mr. Dudo decides he does want to come out after all. Or something or other. I don't know. Let's just do that or something. Is what we do. Yeah, these turns take forever when they're doing that. Man, what all conversations have we gotten to across this one map? We've gone from politics to vehicles to firearms to Minecraft. That's a lot of new sounds. I'm surprised. Yeah, if you're just like chilling here, I can't steal that vulnerary from you. Here, go ahead and do this. I haven't played Minecraft in a min, lol, so you'd be down to watch the movie just to watch it. Love Jack Black. But oddly, Fem Jason Momoa, who's always being goofy, I'm curious. I've heard that he's apparently not like the nicest person on set. Momoa, that is what I've heard. We've gotten Trump to Romania to Cars to Minecraft. Yep. We've gone across a lot of things. This will be the perfect whittle if I don't crit. Is what this will be. Across a whole bunch of things. Oh, Lalina! If you don't get the kill, then I'll give it to Gwendolyn. Actually, this would be the perfect one to give to Gwendolyn, because, like, weapon triangle advantage and stuff when her accuracy sucks. So I probably should have just given it to her. Guns as well. Guns for fire! Heck yeah. That guy's probably gonna be moving down here in a second. Just in case he does, let's, like, not go into his range. Guns for hire. I think he's not nice to certain people, but ones he like, he's apparently an oddball. Okay. Boobity bop. Well. I play Minecraft a lot, still love building stuff with the custom NPCs mod. Lets you essentially use Minecraft as a game engine. It's great, huh? Interesting. Can I bait out these guys? Like, let's see here. Because, yeah, they don't want to come right over here or anything. So, I mean, just in case Mr. Mage changes his mind and, like, darts on down here, but I'm sure that he's meant to be there just to be in, like, a difficult position. I really wish the ones that didn't move just didn't show, like, movement when you hovered over them. As opposed to showing that they can move, and you just have to guess, like, do they move? Remember there being this one AC/DC song with them shouting guns for hire or fire or something, but I can't find it. You'd think I would know with, like, AC/DC being one of the bands that my parents quite like, but it's not the kind of music that I listen to, so I wouldn't really know. Alright, yeah, Mr. Mage is not moving. Doesn't seem like... Yeah, I get it. All the bits of fire and stuff was Guns for Hire. One of their best songs. Yeah, I wouldn't know enough about AC/DC, but you'd think, coming from the household that I do, that I would. But alas, I do not. Please. Magic speed, magic speed, magic speed. Oh, +4. Can't expect speed to go up all that often with with your speed growth. +4, they're pretty good. Alright, this one might just be for Ogier. I mean, you may as well take a hit. I can just heal up after. Dang it! I'm only gonna get like 1 EXP off of this now, probably. Yeah. Oh, wow. Gonna head to bed, been fun chatting as always. Have a good rest of the stream. Okie doke, appreciate you stopping by hanging out, Mythic. Have a good rest of the night. I can't wait for you to come to Frag and then we race in our in our wacky vehicles. Listened to their discography a while back. Ooh, well, not the worst. Have to say they had 3 amazing albums. Aside from that, it was either alright or absolute torture to go through. Here, let's go ahead and do this because you really need the health right now. You could really use it, quite frankly. And, you know, in other series, when I cut things up into parts, this would make for great, like, different parts that all have, like, their own separate conversations. But during one map of Fire Emblem start to finish, I figure that may as well be, like, one part, so that when someone clicks the video, and they see that it's like the title of that chapter, they know that it's that chapter start to finish. I've apparently been streaming for 5 hours, 20 minutes. This is only going to be like the second part of this stream, because there was like all of the last chapter, and then there's this chapter. So, I gotta get through this thing before it takes like even more forever. I'll probably whittle you down with Lou in a second here. Here, let's just like zoom through. Because I'm taking forever with these maps that should not at all take these long. My final playtime on this save file is gonna be like forever. I'm gonna pass the 100-hour mark on this save file. I have no doubt, considering my RA at like 40 some hours. But yeah, I love the song Black Ice, cheesy as it is, and it's from 2008. Yeah, one that I wouldn't be familiar with. This would be the perfect whittle. If I can do like 4 though, I'd minimize my chance of critting there. Oh my god! Oh yeah, I may as well just go with fire then. Is what I may as well do, right? May as well just do this. Yeah, I should have stocked up on some more fires during the last chapter and less of the other things. I would have gotten an elf fire during the last chapter if I wasn't dumb. Here, Lilina, go ahead and do this then. Reminds you of a cat clap from the Ribbon series? A series I've heard of. I have no idea what the cat clap is. There, a bunch of EXP for you. And then I may as well bait you out with, like, oh. Here, just, Yeah. Okay, I can't fast forward if I'm clicked onto OBS. Screw it, Alan, you go bait him out. Sure. Then, I can go to, say, this tile here. I don't know. Something like, whoa, lagate my inputs there. Is what happened. Put you here because you have less movement. I guess I could have had Trek, like, over to the left one. Are they really not baited out? Are you kidding me? But yeah, both focus on dotted quavers, followed by 2 normal quavers. I don't actually know what those are. I really hate it when I think guys are gonna move and then they just don't move. Eighth note. Okay, I gotcha. Oh my god, Can I just walk up to them and, like, attack them? And, like, the difficulty is meant to be the terrain and, like, what other tiles they can attack? Or something? Like, what is going on here? I feel like this guy's gonna come after me when I go into his range. Most likely. I have a little bit of a funny feeling, you could say. Let's see. I assume the difficulty is meant to be the terrain while they kind of just, like, stay still. Is what I presume is going on here at this point. Let's see. Just move this way, and then go like this. But British, because that'd be the British term. Yeah, all the bits of fire and stuff. Okay, can I whittle you well? That'd be a pretty good whittle if I can. If I don't kill. Which I might. I'm definitely killing there. Okay, I'm just gonna put Roy in there is what I think I'm gonna do. Let's hope that he doesn't crit. I mean... Whittle? Wait, what? I thought that that's what I read a second ago. Am I losing my mind? Alright. That's not quite what I meant. Here, let's do this. If the fire hits me, it won't kill me. As long as nobody else suddenly decides they want to come on over. Wait, again, that would have been a perfect one for Gwendolyn. I'm getting way too carried away with Lilina. She's all the way at level 7 now. Her magic keeps on going up. Her speed keeps on not. Oh, I get you. The context of that. Yeah, so whittle just means like a little bit. So if you say that you're gonna whittle something down, it means like to not take off all of it, but to like get it down essentially. Like I'm gonna... Like I could say that I'm gonna whittle away at this task, which just means like I'm breaking away at it bit by bit, whittling it down and stuff. Nope. This guy might come out. We'll see here. Yeah, that guy comes out, as I thought. Armor Slayer. Maybe it was a good thing that I didn't have Gwendolyn there. It would be nice if I didn't double. Well, I guess that means my stats would suck if I didn't, so it's fine. It is A-okay. Wow, your tile didn't even go off there. Okay, so like... Then I do this. But yeah, so it seemed to me that I'm British, I checked. Okay, gotcha. No! Damn you. Gwendolyn needs levels a lot more than Lena does. I could technically exploit that guy because he's not moving and make this map take even longer. But is 45 extra experience really that important? That'd be more important on someone that's already at like higher level and wants like a little bit of extra help than someone that's low and is already going to be getting like a bunch of experience. I could give like 45 experience to Alan here for free. I did say I was going to like super cheese this, but I mean like... Out of curiosity, what is the combat forecast? I'm just a little curious here. My left ear is getting like really itchy randomly. Imagine how the misunderstandings between a British and a non-British person must look with their crisps and quavers. I can only imagine it. Okay, I do want to see what the combat forecast is like, though. There's not very much chance of hitting him. Do a bunch of damage there. I could get a decent bit of damage. A decent bit of experience there. Gonna head off right now. Okie doke. Appreciate you stopping by and hanging out, your Koviak. Hope you have a good rest of the day or night or whatever it be. I am just a tad curious about the idea of going for it. Admittedly, considering you don't move. Fun chatting, and only wonder how you'll be able to string all the topics we discussed together. I won't. This is all just one long part of this map. As in for a title for the episode? Okay. I have no idea. I'll probably just call it like the name of the map, and then people will click and be like surprised by what the heck are they all talking about? Why did this map take so long? Like, let's see here. Oh yeah, I can't use my auto hotkey thing. I could probably download auto hotkey right now. Auto hotkey. Auto hotkey free open source scripting software. Yes, please download that. Download version 2. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna set up auto hotkey, considering I didn't have that anymore after my computer got reset. Yeah, let's go ahead and install the program files. Auto hotkey for all users. Yeah, and it can automate for me. Is it done? The thing just went away. Nope. Let's see here. This is the dash. It provides access to tools, settings, and help files. Learn how to use auto hotkey. Oh, I guess it's alright. No, do not show this info next time. I am not interested. So if I look at my script, does it now recognize it as a auto hotkey script? Oh, it sure does. Here's grinding.ahk. Oh, it looks like the script you are trying to run requires auto hotkey version 1, which is not installed. If the version has been misidentified, please add or requires directive to your script file. I guess I was using version 1 before. We can try to download and install auto hotkey version 1.1.37.02 for you while retaining the ability to use the versions already installed. Sure. Because I guess that's the version that I had before. Downloading auto hotkey, installing auto hotkey. Okay. Because I would like to use the scripts that I programmed. The people must be traumatized. Yeah, I would like to use the scripts that I programmed for playing this game. That'd be cool. I can just do this in the meantime. Yes, please. Is it done? Did it do it? Can I run the thing? Oh, it's now installed. Okay. So can I run my script? Let's see here. Grinding.hk. Oh, it's apparently running it. Yeah, it's open in the background. So then if I set the fast forward speed to 4 times, I think I had it at, and then oh, but the fire's gonna mess up the timing. Here, let's see. Let me close it again really quickly. Okay, let me actually, in accounting for that, rather than speeding up the script, or slowing down the script, what if I speed up the game? That's not going to mess with my inputs, is it? Fast forward speed 5 times? Is that going to mess with them? I really gotta just, like, set up a button to, like, stop running the loop. Maybe I'll do that between sessions at one point here, so I stop having to, like, close the script and reopen it every time I want to, like, redo it. Might make things a bit better. No, that makes it take longer, because I guess it tries to do it, like, right at that moment where it's still ongoing. So let's set it to 6 times speed. It doesn't even do audio anymore. Well, it's not messing up the inputs. No, 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 no. I spoke too soon. I spoke way too soon about that. That's about perfectly timed now. Well, almost. So, I mean... No. Alright. No, stop, 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 stop. No, close the script, please. Exit it. Stop the fast forward. Let's set the fast forward speed back to 4 times. Just that, like, messes up less of the time. My cursor is, like, permanently stuck. Pressed up now. What the heck? I'm gonna restart this. I've had that happen to me a couple times before. As I mess around. Recent, open that. Let me open, the thing here of that. There, I fixed my cursor. Don't know why it does that sometimes. But, like... Okay, it's only gonna be 30 uses, not 40. Not 45, I mean. Do I have my DVD stream playlist open in a tab? I sure don't. Search for playlists here. Sure. Let's do a little smidge of this, because that's the way that I'm playing these games and stuff. Let's go into the volume mixer. Let's briefly mute the game. Let's go ahead and put this playlist on shuffle if YouTube wants to actually shuffle. Let's see here. Turn that down to about, well, here-ish or something. Shuffle on, please. It'll get louder here shortly. My script. Let's see here. Open that up. And then, boop, just kind of let it play itself here a little bit. In the meantime, for something else kind of fun to do, I can do a little bit of 3D printing stuff. Is what I can do. I'm gonna have to get that stuff off first. I don't know what I'll print, just like another pot or something here. Here, let me grab these, since they're all done. These little doohickeys here. So these are all little seed starter pots. There's drainage holes in the bottom, and they slot into, like, a basin that I print. I printed a whole bunch of. So I'll take these off, remove the skirt part of the print that just goes around the perimeter. I'll just put these back here for now, and I'll put them in my seed starters that I printed sometime later. This is what I will do. Sure, I'll do that. And I can't exactly access my computer right now when it is busy inputting those things on the script. So if I instead connect to my printer through my phone here, let's see. Put my controller on the side there. Put my plate back here. Do I want to print something with color changes? Maybe something basic? I can eat another couple of hits there before I need a heal. Maybe I'll print one of these pots. I've been kind of liking them. This pattern I think is really cool and like satisfying, and there's no like sharp edges or anything, and the drainage looks like that on it. So it has drainage, and it's like that. It's really cool. It's really funky. These things take like 5 hours. There's no way I'm gonna be awake like another 5 hours. So there's no way it would finish. But I can get it started, and you can like see some of its progress and stuff. Maybe I'll have this one a little bit easier to grab there or something. Here, let's go ahead and close that. And then let's heat up the printer while that's all going on here. 240 degrees Celsius for the tool head, 70 for the bed. So some fans are going to start spinning over there now. And then, yeah, let's just go ahead and... Whoops! I'm sure you can take another hit, it's fine. Yeah, fire. What are we at on the thing anyway? 25? Yeah, so go ahead and do that. Yeah. And then open up the script again. And then, yeah. Something like that. Alright, let's go to my files. Do I want to print one of those? Is there something else that I can print that might actually finish by the time that I'm done streaming? It's always a lot laggier on my phone. Doesn't always like to immediately go to the files. I want to print things that are relevant to this event. I guess I could print like the bottom half of that Pokeball. Is what I could do. Have like something a bit more fun being printed, and then I have like something fun to like bring along and be like, hey, this is something that's possible with 3D printing at the event. In which case, if I have black currently loaded, I would print like one of the inside bits of the Pokeball. I've been dicking around with my printer a lot lately, trying to like figure out getting the bed perfectly level and stuff here. I don't think that it's perfectly calibrated to like the right height. There's a chance that it could fail the print and start peeling off, but it probably won't. Well, probably not here. Plus, like, some areas of the bed are higher, some are lower, so, like, what I set the height to set the nozzle at can vary depending on how big of a thing I'm printing. I'm sure it'll probably be fine at its current height. I go to, like, my gaming folder, and then I have one for Pokemon. Sure, let's start printing a Pokeball, and then maybe we can just have, like, a print cam going on during a lot of Binding Blade, and then I can, like, show you the Pokeball and stuff when it's done. Because these are actually really fun to print. I just haven't printed one in a while. Those ones are in PLA, these ones are in PETG that I normally print them in. I guess I could print in PLA and it would probably be cheaper and more environmentally friendly and stuff. If I'm set for PETG right now, then I may as well do red. I don't have any solid red PLA apart from like a metallic red if I wanted the Pokeball to look glowy and stuff. I can do a PLA white for the bottom. PLA is like the cheaper plant-based plastic that is also like biodegradable, better for the environment. PETG is the oil-based plastic. It's the same stuff that plastic water bottles are made out of. So it would be more responsible of me to print in PLA, is what would be the case. Just considering what colors I have. I do have white and black, both PLA and PETG. I may as well print a PLA interior. Maybe I will switch it to PLA. I'm just going to want to put some cleaning filament through, because I set it to 240 degrees Celsius for PETG, and I set it to 210 degrees Celsius for PLA, so not as hot. And I like to put cleaning filament through when I switch from PETG to PLA, because the concern is, with it not being as hot, there'll still be like some little bits of residue of PETG stuck in there that don't get like properly melted out potentially. I mean, I could just load the PLA while it's still at 240 degrees Celsius, but that's way more than PLA likes, and I mean, it's probably fine, but like I still like to be better safe than sorry. And then when I switch from PLA to PETG, I don't put cleaning filament through, because I figure like, hey, it's getting hotter, like this stuff will probably melt out, it'll probably be fine. So maybe I'll actually switch it from PETG to PLA plastic, be a little bit more environmentally responsible here. I'll get the level up first and get one more heal, and then I'll, like, set it up and stuff. Oh my god. He's getting a couple of hits there. I think he does, like, 7 damage each time. So I can get some more hits. Yeah, may as well cheese this out at this point here. Here, and one more turn. Now I'll close the script. Okay, keep on fast forwarding it. His strength is just getting higher and higher, it looks like. It's gonna keep on hitting like a truck. I wish his speed would go up a little bit more. Is what I do kind of wish. What are we at on this guy's durability? Alright, we can still keep on doing this for a little smidge. So may as well. Let's see here, open the grinding script. Yeah, I'm gonna be a responsible 3D printing guy. This is what I think I'm gonna do. Let's remove this. So here's a big roll of PETG plastic. No! No! Stop. Go ahead and loop that through so that doesn't get tangled later. Pick off the little half-melted end. Put that back in its box here. So I can tell the bed to cool down to 60 now. is what I can tell it to do. Let's see here with my phone. Dashboard. So, bed to 60. Nozzles stay at 240, just so I can put like some cleaning filament through, and then I'll switch it to 210. And then it usually like prints it out at 205. It just starts at 210. Is what I like to start it at. So I have this big roll of cleaning filament here. I don't actually know what it's made of, but it helps like clean stuff out of the printer, because it has like a very variable melting point. Like, it'll melt whatever temperature, so it helps like get out the other gunk and stuff that's stuck in there. Ow, I hit my funny bone. Let's see. I just hit a whole bunch of like seed starters that I've been printing and I put back there. After this next reset, I was just thinking I was going to turn on the camera tracking thing. Yeah, I knocked over some of my stuff there, but that is fine. A whole bunch of like plastic seed starters back there. Alright, let's see here. And then do that. Unload. If I'm switching here anyway, I may as well do like one of the outside bits. I mean, will it adhere to the bed as well? Maybe while I'm still like tinkering out some of the bed stuff, I should print one of the inside bits that's going to be a little bit easier to print, probably. Sure. Get a little bit of cleaning filament out of the bottom along with all the gunk that it got of the last black. My black PLA is here. We're still good on the game. No, I opened it on the other side. This is what I did. If the camera pans enough that you see a bunch of like crap on my floor, it's because I've been sorting out a bunch of stuff on my printer. I have like wrenches and stuff all over the floor because I was like playing around with the bed, trying to get it to the right height and stuff again. Well, the right height isn't the right word. That wasn't what I used the wrenches on. I would use the wrench on like the tightness to prevent wobble, but I'd be like hand screwing for the height, whatever. Let's see here. Let's load that. Alright, I'm just gonna toss my jacket back here. I still haven't like re-put my stuffies on there since Riley went back home. But I will here soon. Busy with a whole bunch of other stuff here. Alright, let's see here. Pokeball, one of the inside bits. How about Pokeball bottom in PLA? And I think I configured supports for this. It said that I successfully printed it once before. So I should have supports properly configured, because this will not print properly without supports. No, stop. Which basically means like little bits of filament that just form support that help you print it, because you can't print in midair. Gravity is a thing. So it just gives something for some of the other plastic that you're printing with to rest on, and you just peel it off and like toss it afterwards. Yeah, so go ahead and start printing that. How about, let me grab that little bit of plastic here. Wow. There. Something productive to do while this is going on. So it's just going to figure out its coordinates now. So it went all the way to the left to figure out the left and right coordinates. It moved the bed all the way back to figure out the front and back coordinates. Now it just grabbed the probe from the side, so now it's going to figure like the height coordinates. So it's figuring that out, and then it'll do like a whole mesh of like my bed to get an idea of what the whole bed looks like. If there's any tilt that it needs to account for when it's printing. Let's go ahead and disable the script briefly, because I need to do another heal is what it's looking like. So do another one of those quick, and then yeah, you're at 19. So I mean, let's see here, open up the script again, and then boop. All right, so yeah, it's just going left and right now to try and account for tilt, getting like both the sides, the height of both of them, and if it needs to adjust the height of either side of the toolhead track thing, whatever the heck. And now it's going to go across like the entire bed probing. It looks like there's a little bit of plastic residue I can see on the center of the bed from previous prints. I washed it not that long ago. Like, I literally take these beds and I put them under the sink and just wash them with dish soap and like a scrubby brush and stuff. That one looks like it could potentially use a wash again now that there's that residue buildup, but I'll get a few more prints of it first. I do have another bed here that I can swap to if I need to. Like, a freshly washed one, haven't printed on it since I washed it, kind of thing. So I can swap to that if need be. But yeah, so what I'm printing here is literally like a opening Pokeball. Almost all the parts are printed. There are 2 that aren't. The parts that aren't are hinges. It looks like I still have 3. I ordered a pack of 10, so I made 7 Pokeballs before and, like, given them all away. Well, my first ever draft one is on my desk at work, and it looks terrible. And I needed to, like, tinker around with my printer. But these are... No, stop. But these are hinges. This is what these are. These little gold bits. So these will go on the back. Which way does it open again? Here we go. So they open like that. So you can open them like a full ways like that. So you could open the Pokeball all the way and close them. And these just kind of like friction fit into the Pokeball. So these will go at the back so that you can open them, close them. And then the other bit that can't be 3D printed that I get into these Pokeballs are little magnets. Little 3mm, I believe, magnets that just help keep it shut. So it's not gonna like just fall open and be like super loose. Like, they're pretty weak magnets, they're pretty tiny, but you know, they'll get the job done and stuff. Is what they will do. Let's see if there's any more droopies here. Oh, maybe just a little bit. Come on. Oh, come on. Ah, why can't I grab it? Here we go, before it gets to the bottom. It pauses before it goes down, specifically to give me a moment to clean any last little bits of plastic filament off the bottom. I just dropped it probably on my lap somewhere. Whatever. That is a-okay. Do I have it set to 100% speed right now? I do. I had it slowed down earlier for something I was trying to, like, kind of finesse a little bit better and struggling with. But yeah, so there's going to be... How many pieces that go into it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces that go into it. So you have, like, the outside shells, which will be, like, the red and the white. You have the inside shells that are, like, these black bits on the inside that are, like, kind of the framework and stuff there. There's the energy pieces that are just these tiny little circles that slot into the bottom of the frame that are typically green. So, like, you open the Pokeball up, you see these black bits that are, like, kind of the framework. And then, like, the energy, it's called, these little green rings. And then, of course, you have, like, the button that'll glue, like, magnets and stuff to... that'll glue the magnets and stuff to so it stays closed. One magnet will go into the button, one magnet will go into the friggin' other framework thing that it slots into, and then of course I'm gonna need like some glue to keep the thing together. So I'm gonna need, in terms of like attaching the energy to the framework stuff, actually no, that actually friction fits in pretty well in my experience, but gluing like the framework stuff to like the outside shells and like the button to the top shell, or the inside framework thingamabob, whatever you want to call them. I just call them the inside bits mostly. So yeah, maybe get a little bit of a printing project going during Binding Blade here, why not? Then you can see that developing. Does that height look good? Let me just have a quick little look-see here if it looks like it's adhering okay. Should be good enough. I think I am going to have to like calibrate it to be a little bit better, but you know, I've been fighting this thing for a little while now. Trying to get it working properly. I'm going to lock my phone now, I need to tinker with my printer, and if I need to, like, cancel it in case of an emergency, I can just quickly do so from my computer and, like, pause the script or something here. Or end the script. There is no pause feature. I didn't program that in. I was way too lazy. I'm sorry, I feel a little cold again. I don't want to put it on, but I just want to have it around me. It feels wrong. Not having a hoodie or a jacket or something. Wah. Yep, here I am. Cheesing out more experience. As I do. About to get another level up here. Let's see. What's it gonna be? Oh, I got hit there. So I think I'm like printing the bottom inside framework thingamabob right now? Or was it the top one? I don't know, I'm printing one of them. Printing one of the interiors of a Pokeball, at least. Let's see here, what's it gonna be? Please be good, please level up speed! Hell yeah! His defenses are raising. Sweet. Yeah, I got some free levels out of it. So yeah, it looks like it's just kind of printing the base of like the supports and stuff. Is what it's doing. Now it's starting printing on like the actual object that will make it to like the final print, the final build here. Those 4 outside bits are all supports. Just a strong, big surface area for supports, and then like the actual supports themselves will be like kind of squiggly lines. Is what it'll be. Sure. Boobity bop. Actually, where are we at on the guy? 11? Okay. This won't take that long. It's just exploring one guy. And he doesn't have, like, the worst odds in the world of hitting Alan. I just realized I could have been grinding support while doing this. Who do I need to grind support on? And who have I accidentally been grinding support on? So, let's see here. On my sheet, I had wanted to grind your little posse here. I'm not gonna bait someone out here, am I? Okay, let's mark you as, like, the furthest that I can go. You're gonna have to make your way across to join the group. And then Dorothy and Saul, who's not here. Claren and Rutger, who isn't here. Oh, Claren and Dorothy is another one, it looks like. So I can go ahead and move Dorothy here, actually. I don't think you guys can get support, but just in case. Yeah, there we go. Fast forward this here. Some fires. Music actually looks pretty quiet. Could just be that this one's pretty quiet, but I'm going to turn it up in general. A tiny little smidge. Alright, go here. There we go. Now you're grinding support there. And then this will be my support grind for the map as well. Is what this will be. Yeah. Okay. There we go. And then open my script again. Yeah, get the support grind done with here as well. May as well. May as well get it done in one. Sounds like a good idea to me. Be a little bit more efficient. I'm support grinding, I'm EXP grinding, I'm 3D printing. I'm doing a bunch of stuff here. Is what I be doing. If that fails on me, I'm not gonna be happy. But, like, considering the issues I've been having with, like, my bed, I also kind of wouldn't be surprised. You know, you think for me having, like, a stall where I'm, like, selling 3D printed stuff, I'd be able to actually print some stuff a little bit more reliably and professionally. It's really just been, like, this past while, like, going ham on printing so much stuff that I've been running into, like, so many of these issues. Like, these issues I've been running into with the bed. Like, I've been really, really struggling to print big things. I can print, like, smaller things around, like, the center of the bed. But, like, big things that go across the whole span when there's, like, some high corners, some low corners that I swear I'm trying to adjust and, like, get sorted out here. I think there's a little bit of warp in the bed itself. That's, like, screwing with it. And, like, warp in terms of, like, fractions of a millimeter. But when we're printing in details that are, like, fractions of a millimeter, that can make the difference between whether it actually stays on the bed or whether it doesn't. Whether it clumps up too much or whether it's too sparse or whether it just starts, like, peeling off because the bed doesn't properly hold it until it's done. It just pops off. So, yeah, it's having a 3D printer and regularly using it is kind of like owning a vehicle, where you hope for the most part it just kind of works and you don't have to worry about it all that much. But from time to time, things will go wrong, and kind of like a vehicle that you can't take into a shop. So kind of like my Fargo, where there either isn't places that you can take it or like very niche places for it. Where for the most part you just have to figure it out yourself. Doing a lot of online research, trying to like troubleshoot, narrow down like what's the issue here, what could be going wrong. Figuring out what you need to, like, calibrate or replace or whatever the heck. What little thing is going wrong, and, like, paying really close attention to, like, what's happening to your prints to try and discern what is going wrong here. So, yeah. In my opinion, 3D printers are kind of like vehicles in that sense. Things will be going wrong from time to time. Ideally, most of the time, they just work. But sometimes they don't, and you gotta figure out why. Apparently, there are some 3D printers that do basically just work, that are basically just plug and play, and great, you can just enjoy them however long. But those are, like, stupidly expensive. Not like the, much more reasonably affordable kind of things. I mean, this isn't a printer that you can buy. This is a, custom build. Custom build of an Ender 3. So while you can get an Ender 3, you can't get one just like this, but you know what I mean. Not exactly plug and play, and I've learned a lot about different material properties and what the different calibrations and stuff do, and how to make my machine work better. There have definitely been some spans where it hasn't worked all that well. I remember when Guzma was here, like, one of the cables just straight up broke off on the bed that prevented it from heating up anymore. Like, it was the cable that let the bed heat up. And, that broke off. I had to solder it back on a while ago. And I think since then I've had, like, some bed issues. Give you $10 for your 3D printer. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that, Emerald Finder. I'd say it's definitely worth a whole lot more than that. With all the modifications that both my cousin and I've made to it, it's definitely worth more than a stock Ender 3 printer, I would imagine. Yeah. I'll accept that for, like, a dragon print or something like that. Once I can figure out how to print them again. I've been, big things like that I've been struggling to print. You want, like, a 3D printed dragon or something like that for, like, 15 bucks, I'll give you one of them. Drive a hard bargain. 20 is my final offer for the printer. I'll give you 20 for one of these guys that I can make from it. Wow, let's see here. You missed all sorts of crazy discussions. We talked about politics, we talked about cars, we talked about guns. What else did we talk about? We talked about AI, the job industry. This has been like a really, really crazy map of talking about all sorts of things. For like the tiniest little Fire Emblem zigzag ever. Been getting to a lot of things. Glad you missed out enough of politics past, but that's fair enough. But the other stuff is kind of cool. And I just started an auto-grinding thingamabob here because I saw the opportunity with this archer, so I started 3D printing. And we're 3D printing a Pokeball. That's what we're doing. Because I haven't 3D printed one of those for a while. And this gardening event that I'm going to be, like, setting up a stand at and selling 3D printed things at. I would like to have other fun 3D prints there, not to sell, but just to show, like, hey, this is stuff that I can make if you want to commission me. You know? So, I would like to have one of these at the ready. I do have my spare Pokeball that I can take from work, but, like, that one looks like crap because it was my first ever test one, and I didn't set up my printer settings well for it at the moment, so, or at the time. So, it kind of came out looking like crap. I printed it in a different way than I should have, and I've changed it too since. Oh, I guess that guy's durability broke. I guess we're done. Well, got up to level 4 there. Let's go ahead and do a heal. I see a bunch of absolutely nothing's redeemed. Why am I playing with mouse and keyboard? I have a controller I can play with and, like, chill out with. Oh, magic go up, magic go up, magic go up. No! I hate this game, honestly. This game sucks. You're level 3, you're level 7, you need it more. Go poke that guy a bunch of times. I'll keep combat animations off, because, like, it's gonna take, like, forever. Alright, let's just mark this as, like, the furthest point that I can go up to. Look, I can do a support! Heck yeah! I'll check these again at the end of the map, is what I'll do. Can I do a support here? Nope. Can't do one there. Alright, time to schmoove. Whee! Alright, well. Away I go. What is this? This is a remix from Jokabi of Inuyasha, apparently. Oh, this is part of the album that he did of just a bunch of, like, anime different things. Lo-fi stuff. I'm gonna keep the custom music on. I'm big chillin'. I'm big chillin' with this. I've gotten pretty sick and tired of Binding Blade music. Whoops, dang, I tried to auto-advance and I hit the Windows button. Dang, I got flamed on Twitter.com. Just poke him! Darn you! Maybe I may as... Thought I heard a sound. That better not be, like, losing its adhesion from the print bed. Might as well grind those supports while I'm here anyway. I don't think the fire can kill. I think it would bring me down to 1 HP. Just in case, let's just go ahead and save state before I start healing. Here, and then I'm gonna click on the game so I can fast forward and stuff here. That means you're not gonna see my inputs, but, like, who cares? You can tell my inputs just by looking at the screen. There, I poked him! I got him! Here, I may as well see this here, right? Let me just confirm. That was one of the ones I wanted to get. So let's see here. For Lilina, yeah, she wanted to get a B support with Wendy, it looked like here. So let's go ahead and see. Hello, Gwendolyn. Lady Lilina, please stay close to me. I shall protect you with my life. Thank you. That armor, it's quite a feat you can wear it. Isn't it heavy for someone of your build? No, my lady. The weight of a knight's armor is the symbol of their loyalty. Alright, just don't strain yourself. Thank you very much, my lady. Why did you become a knight? Did you want to be like boars? Yes, I want to be just like my brother. I wish to protect you as he does. Support level increased! No support there yet. No support here yet. Alright. I better not be hearing sounds of that coming apart from the print bed. You can see it like slowly... Whoops, that's not what I was trying to do. You can see it like slowly building up the supports. All 4 of those outside rings are just like supports for later. So we have like the very bottom ring that's starting on, which is just like in the center there, which is be like the only part so far that actually stays as part of like the final product. And that ring is going to slowly build up and outwards. And then those outside bits are just going to be supports that like help support the outside bits there later. I became a knight because it's ethical murder. Yep. It totally do be acceptable murder, socially acceptable murder. Strength and defense on an armor knight. That's kind of what you expect. Okay, keep on poking, please. 11 experience like you're an unpromoted staff user. Oh, you can die from it! Alright, well, I didn't know that. Yeah. I will gladly load a state for that because I just assumed it would be one of those Fire Emblem games where it doesn't actually kill. It just brings you low. That was not the case. Oh, well, here's a bot that I gotta ban really quickly. It looks like it at least didn't show the message. So I could have said nothing. You would never known that there was a bot there. But yeah, can't die from it, just I can't die there. She, actually, But, yeah, that... Here, so I can take one more hit. Poke. Yeah, let me just redo this stuff really quickly. Is this gonna change the RNG? Hold on. I'll get that same level up first. I was just thinking if I healed first, it might change the RNG compared to before. Oh, that changed the RNG compared to before, too, anyway. Just like the different positions. Speed went up. Interesting. Well, so much for my attack defense. That was there. Did you get Seri bot? It's a bot that deals with all the bots. Most streamers use it these days. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I haven't heard of it. I may have to look into it because, yeah, might be good to have something that just kind of deals with that. Assuming I don't just, like, jump ship to YouTube one of these days, considering all the stuff with Twitch. Let's see here. Poke. There we go. Yeah, no other supports or anything here. Okay, and then, like... Yeah, so I can safely schmoove, like, here. I've probably built up what supports I can for the map. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I assume that guy's not going to move off the throne. I swear, every single map in this game is a C's map. It is unreal. Let's move Lewin. Your res is going to be good, and you can get, like, some counter-attack damage here. Your res isn't as good as I thought it was going to be, honestly. Yours is a little bit better. And you can use, like, the tome experience a little bit more. You're not quite fully healed. I could use a vulnerary, but, like... I'm sure it's fine. I wouldn't be too worried about it. Okay, let's get that dude over here. Oh, no, it's another one of those where they just don't move. Maybe it's just that guy, maybe it's the other guys. I assume I get in these guys' range and then they move. Okay, so some of my sword guys here can go into that range, just outside of the mage's range. Your HP is good. Well, you're not gonna be close enough, but that's fine, I guess. That is a-okay. Okay, let's see here. Sounds like a Besaid Island remix. This is what this sounds like here. Okay. Support option that I don't really want to fulfill. You would actually hit pretty hard if that landed. A little bit scary. If you get follow botted, it also bans all the bot accounts immediately. Oh, cool. Man, it takes forever going across all the flames and stuff. How long have I been on this map? Like 3 hours? I can only imagine what, like, the length of this part is going to be afterwards. I don't want to think about it. Gosh dang it. I'm 1 point too low. Out of curiosity. Oh my god. Here, let's just give it to Oogway. Is that a proper pronunciation for this, Oogir? I keep on thinking about, like, the way that's listed on Serenus Forest. I think here. As much as I would love to think about Oogway from Kung Fu Panda. As he ascends. Alright. Well, your XP is gonna be more important than Trek's. You're at 7.5. Let's give it to you. How about... Oh my god. I'm just gonna click on the game so I can keep on fast forwarding. Oogir. Or whatever the heck here. I don't know. Okay. Let's see it. Nice miss. And then... I can say, fast forward the thing. On. That guy I can kill. That guy can't quite kill me. He'll come 1 point short. He'll do 16 damage. So this is fair game. I'm going for this dude. Or I could just rescue Lilina and don't even worry about it. But I think I'd rather get a little bit of experience off of that dude. So I'm going to leave her right there, I think. Because he's going to be doing the perfect amount of damage. I'll get a hit like that. You get one more. Yep, I'm good. And then, yeah, look at all the fire. And then if I were to say... Well, that's a whittle. Pew! Bigger damage to me, yikes. And then, could I maybe... I like, maybe. Oh my god. 4. I'll find other ways to get you experience here soon enough here. Or... 7.5, but you're easier to, like, put in the fray anyway. Here, let's just do this in case I miss. May as well. Okay. And let's see it. Let's see if you get it. Come on, speed. Come on, speed, because I know that's a low growth for you. Hell yeah! That's what I like to see, magic speed. What the hell have you got? You've got a hand axe. You're on the steel blade right now. I think I've probably done all the support grinding that I need to this map, so I'm not going to bother doing any more. Out of curiosity. Oh, that could be a decent whittle. Well, my accuracy goes down with that. I should have gotten more fire tomes. Man. Alright, let's see here. I mean, Alan might not be a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Okay. And he'll get, like, the Roy buffs by being close and stuff. So let's see here. Just don't crit. How did you find yourselves in here? I'm afraid I can't let you go. Just don't crit him, Alan. Nice. Now don't crit him. Don't crit him. Nice. Nice. Alright, let's pause the music. Let's see. And then... Oh. Otherwise, I give it to Dorothy or something. Nice. Ah, blast. I knew this would happen. Now, if you do get a level up off of that, just don't get a +1 luck. Like the last time I took out a boss with a weaker unit. Well, it's better than a +1 luck. You did technically do as I asked you to not get a +1 luck. Not the worst thing ever. It was a +2 HP skill, but like still a bit disappointing. Roy, here it is. So this is Durandal. It's enormous. I don't think many of us will be able to swing it. History has it that Roland was a small man. Any fighter skilled enough should be able to wield a sword. And if I become better with a sword, I could use it as well. Do I just need like a high weapon rank? Can Rooker just use it right now? Well, I don't know about that. Oh, come now. Have some confidence in me at least. Everything is a frickin' C's map. Imagine if it was like, choose an item to trash. Wow. It's such a legendary blade, you can only swing it 20 times and then it breaks forever. I love Fire Emblem games, they're so dumb. Lord Roy, Burn's Wyvern Riders are in front of Castle Ostia. What? They're here already. Oh, hi. You must be Roy. I thank you for ridding me of that cretin Liggins, not of that certain Liggins. Now, leave Ostia to me, and we can all go home with our limbs attached. Never. I'll never hand Ostia over to the likes of you. Who? You think you can best us with that sad little group of yours? I will cut you open just as I did to Hector. That's enough. Who's this? Green units! Hell yeah! General Narcian, a legion has arrived from Etruria. I can see that, you fool! But why? I am Percival, Knight General of Etruria. Mage General Cecilia informed me that the Lycian army had requested Etruria's aid. What? We are prepared for battle. Can those Wyvern Riders of yours stand against our might? You... I am Cecilia, Mage General of Etruria. Ostia is now under our protection. Ah, you... General Narcian, please, control your temper. General Percival is one of the most skilled knights in Etruria. Combined with General Cecilia, we haven't a chance. I know that. We're leaving. Cecilia, was it? We'll see who has the last laugh. Just making sure my inputs are being read there. As if it matters that much. I doubt anyone cares. It's just like a fun little filler thing on the stream layout, because why not? I had space. Like, I could have just made the game as big as possible, like moving it over here, but then my camera will be smaller. I didn't want to do that. Are you General Roy of the Lycian army? Yes, I am. I lead the Lycian army in Lord Hector's place. It's a pleasure. You have my sympathy for the current turmoil in Lycia. Our king also sends his condolences for Lord Hector. Thank you. If you hadn't helped us, Ostia will be under Burn's control now. You have no reason to thank me. I simply followed my king's orders. You should thank Cecilia. She defied the king until he agreed to help you. She opposed the king? Yes, she put her neck on the line. Well, I must be off. Etruria calls. As one of the 3 generals of Etruria, it requires my presence. Cecilia, will you take care of the loose ends? Yes, thank you, Percival. Leave the rest to me. Wow, General Percival. I hope I can grow up to be like him someday. Just his presence was intimidating. Nervous, were you? General Cecilia, it is good to see you again. How are you, Roy? You look a little tired. I'm fine, thanks to you. It could have been a calamity. Also, am I being dumb? Did she appear earlier in the story, or is it just established that these characters know one another? Because with all the, like, BS cheesing I've been doing in this playthrough, and, like, all the computer issues I've had along the way, it's become a blur. I'm glad we made it in time. I'm sorry I put you through so much trouble. Don't be. It will benefit Etruria for Ostia to go under our protection. Benefit Etruria? How? We're gonna take all their resources like Trump wanted to with Ukraine to offer them support. Burn's been increasingly aggressive, as you know. If Burn gains any further strength, the balance of power will be shattered. Still, we haven't been attacked, so we couldn't simply declare war. So when we requested aid, it was justification to declare war on Byrne? Precisely. We only did what is best for our land. You needn't feel that you are in our debt. If you insist. Regardless, please come in and meet the rest of the army. He's grown so much in the short time since I've seen him last. Since I met him last. He's maturing into a man. Maybe I'll give him like the less kid-like tone by the end. Alright, is my playtime gonna go over 50 hours here now?